Hi and welcome to this new Linux video. My topic today is a little bit different. So it's not a new topic, it's a topic that I talked about a couple of months ago. And I got a feedback and I promised to answer that feedback. Let me show you the video and talk a little bit about the feedback. This is the video and the topic was Master the Power of the Terminal, Why Professionals Choose Command Line. The video was meant for beginners, people who are afraid of the terminal, just to get them into using the terminal. And I showed some examples on how the terminal is powerful in achieving really some simple, easy tasks like updating, installing, adding, deleting some stuff through the terminal. And then I don't know if this is his name or it's a nickname. So he gave me a feedback that I missed the point because I didn't talk about piping or scripting. And he is kind of right in the sense that it's for professionals, it's more about piping and scripting. But as I said, my video was more for beginners than advanced. And today I'm going to talk about these two topics, piping and scripting in the terminal, and how it makes the terminal very powerful using these two techniques. Let me go back to Kali Linux, which is the tool that I'm going to use to demonstrate these examples. I'm going to use a graphical user interface because it's a tutorial, so it's easy to show you the results. And it's easy to explain. But for running the command, I'm just going to use the terminal. I prepared some examples. Let me go over them. So I prepared these 4 examples. 2 are about the piping and the second 2 are about scripting. The first thing that I'm gonna do is, so let us get started. The first thing that I'm gonna do is explain to you what's piping. I'm gonna use Microsoft Paint to explain piping. Now, what's piping? Piping is this vertical line. So this is the pipe. And we use piping to run a chain of commands at the same time, at once. So we have first here a command, which is going to result something, and we are going to take the result to the second command, which is here. And we are going to also use it here to output something or to take the input also from the second command and run it in the third one. So we can run a chain of commands using piping. For example, we can search for files here, and then we can use the second command to save the result in a new file or to do other stuff. So this is piping. Now let's go to the terminal and try to use piping in a real-time scenario. Let me open my terminal. Now we are in the home directory. Let me use pwd to see where I am. So I'm in home. Now let's go to cd documents, and now we can list the directories. We have 4 directories as you see on the top left side here. And now let's navigate to the first folder, cd 1, and then with tab it's going to suggest the name and then enter. Now we have files inside this directory, and these are the search results, and test results are just some tests that I did before recording this video. Now let us read these files, read the content of these files, and then let us save them in a new file. And to read the files we need to use cat. And as you see, the terminal is suggesting the command because I use it already. And let me press on enter. There is nothing here in the terminal, but we can go to the test result file, read the test And this is the result in the terminal. It printed lorem because most of them they have lorem. And if we go to the bottom again and let us search for something else, asterisk, and now we have the same command, but I need to search, for example, for error. And enter. And again, let's read the file, test result, and it's empty because there is no error in the file. And this is how we read the file here in this command, and then we took the content of the file and we searched it using grep, and then we saved it in test result. And that's all about this example. Filter out content and then save it in a new file. Now let's go to the second example. Now let's go one step back in the structure, in the folder structure, and then list again. Now we need to go to the second folder. And here we are gonna search files, and then we are gonna archive a couple of them based on some criteria. I prepared already an example, and I'm just gonna do. So first, let me list all the files. So we have here a couple of files in the folder. We have logo archive tar. I'm gonna delete it. Let's do again ls. So it's deleted. Now we are gonna archive all the files that have .log as suffix. And to do this, we need to paste this command, which is gonna find all the files that have in the name .log. This is in the current directory with the name, and the asterisk means all the files with .log. And then we are going to use these parameters to compress them and create an archive file. Let me run the command, and then we have ls, and as you see, the red folder is again back there, logs archive. That's it about piping. We use the pipe to run a chain of commands, and which we can do using a graphical interface because we can run just one command in a graphical interface. Now let's move to the scripting. We can use bash scripting to achieve complex tasks. Like our friend in the feedback suggested, to create a list of users. And let me get inside the folder. So I created these files already inside the folder, and I'm gonna just go over them and explain what they are without explaining the script, because explaining the script is gonna take longer and it's not our topic for today. It's just about how the terminal is efficient and productive in achieving complex tasks. So let me first read the sh, which is the scripting command. I created two, one for creating users and the other for deleting users. And we have the .csv file, which is the list of users, and ignore the test result because it's something that I created already. And we have the error log in case something happened. And I'm going to read first the user creation. And as you see, here is the content of it using cat. So we have a while loop, and this is the separator between the columns in the CSV file, which is the comma. And here we have the script to create a user. As I said, I'm not going to explain it because it's not the topic. Now we are going to run this file to add the users. So let me run it. We need sudo. I tested it before the video in the preparation, so the terminal is suggesting it for me now. If I press on enter, it's going to ask me for the password because I'm using sudo, which is the root user. It's saying that the mail command not found because I haven't configured the mail in the system. But if we run it again, it's going to give us another command. It's saying that the John Doe user already exists, which means that we successfully created the users. We can also delete them using the delete user command. If you have a list of people who left the company, you want to delete them, so you can just add them to the table, the CSV table, and then delete them. Let's just use the delete command. So we deleted them and deleted the home directory of these users. We can check it again by adding them to see if the adding works. So we added them again, which means that deleting was successful because the second time it said that user already exists. Now let's read the error logs. And here, as you can see, it says failed because of the errors with the mail program and here. So it saved all the errors there, but it worked. Now that's all about adding, removing users. Now let's move to the fourth one, which is resizing a group of images. And let's go to the folder. I'm just gonna go here to show you something. So here we have the files and here you can see the size, and let's watch if we can change the size of these images. I just pulled it a bit down to make you see what's going on here. So now let's try to run the bash file, which is the .sh file, reduce images. We are still in number 3. Let's move to number 4. Now we are in number 4. Let me list all the files. Now let's run the bash command or the bash file. There is something about running the bash commands. There's something about running the bash commands. You need to add the right access before running the bash command. I forgot to mention it in the other section in adding and removing users. In order to make your bash file or your script works, you need to add the right access to it. So let's add the right access. So we need chmod, and then we need the name of the file. So now if we go back to the other command and run it, it's gonna work. And if you see the change here, what's happening here on the left side, so we have a change. We had already megabytes. Now we resize the images to a different size. Let me open this image to see. It's now 600, the width of the image. So these are the originals and these are the edited ones. And as you can see, all of them have the same height, which is 600. And now let's go back to the script to see what's inside the script. So let me open back the documents. Now let's read the for loop is saying resize all the images to 800x600. We achieved it just in one click, so just in one script. So imagine that you have, I don't know, maybe 1,000, 2,000 images and how it's difficult to resize them all. But with this one line of code, you can achieve this task. That was all for this video. I hope I explained it in a good way. I know creating a good content is a challenge. I have a full-time job and I have a family, and it's really hard sometimes to find time to create good content and to edit it. If you like the video, please give it a thumb up. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in coming videos.